Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with a slime video. I can't face cams on for this video. Why? Because I want to rant a little bit, and it's always more fun to rant to see my facial expressions and how animated my arms get, because I lack control, I guess. But we are, a couple days into this new determination to prosper meta, and already I think it will go down as probably one of my least favorite metas in the game. And that's not really the reason why we're here to talk about it. I mean, yes, Lumi I don't think is very useful. Maribel I think is very situational, and I don't see her getting a lot of use in the future. That's not the point of today's rant. The point of today's rant is everything else that has come about because of this meta. And I'm going to start off with the units that they added to the new force. This is a brand new force. This was not in game prior to the 26th of June 2024. And so they made a whole new category. Cool. And they always fill teams with a bunch of characters. Okay. Let's take a look at it. We have Light Gazel, free-to-play Space Frey, technically free EX Yome because he's only on tickets. We've got 3-star Rigard, Earth Trainee, Earth Karobe 3-star, free-to-play World of Fantasy Wind Gabaru. We have Earth Guild, 3-star, and then we have Earth Lumi, Space Rimuru, Harmonizer Water Rimuru, Dark 1.0 Rimuru, and then a 4-star Dark Rimuru. So we look at this list and be like, oh wow, they added a lot of characters to this team to really buff it out. And to that I say, yes, they certainly did. Do they make sense for this team, though? I don't really know about that. Because we have to take into account the confinements of the beatdown battle. Because that is what people are going to be playing for the next month, is the Holy Guest and Otherworld flavors beatdown battle. When we get new units, we will take them into beatdown battle, and we will test them out. So beatdown battle has a very specific set of rules that you must play around, and that is the same for every beatdown battle. Here and there, some things can be done, whatever. First off, this is an AoE-focused stage. You can attempt to use single target units and take them out individually one by one, certainly an option. But you're better off most of the time just trying to build up a big AoE nuke and then kill all of them at once, because it just makes your life much easier. On top of that, they have a few other gimmicks, right? He's got synergy and pierce resistance, and he's also got physical resistance. He gives it to everybody. So physical characters, 75% nerf right there. Gobta nerfs green orbs, and then nerfs your own physical attack. So on turn 1, not only are you, the end of turn 1, going into turn 2, they have 75% phys resistance, and your front line had 75% physical attack down. So you're kind of fucked if you were in front line. And then lowers your ult resistance. Okay, and then Hakuro just buffs their damage straight to hell. He does a whole crap ton of buffs. So there are a number of things you have to play around. And now, looking at the actual team and the units they put on, we have EX Yome, physical character, light. All right, so he's not type advantage. He does fall under, Maribel's 60% extra damage. That's cool, but he's physical, so he's already kind of nerfed. And then we look at his kit, and his kit is defense up and crit resistance up. Okay, defense is cool. Crit resistance means nothing here because the enemies are not critting. They are piercing, they are physical attack buffing, and they are space attack buffing. This part of the skill means nothing. His orb change, 3 oranges to 3 greens, means nothing because they nerf greens for 7 turns. So you're not really going to get a lot out of that. There are ways to play around it, don't get me wrong. There are ways to play around almost everything in this game if you have the options. And that is the big if. If you have the options. And if you don't, and you look at these characters because you're a brand new player and be like, that's a decent team. I'm sorry to tell you it's not. Lumi, she's a new meta. Rieger, he's a new meta. Harmonizer Rimuru, AoE water unit, has a heal, can ult deny. Might be useful. Free-to-play Wind Gabiru is 1. Type disadvantage. 2. Buffing Tempest Elite and World of Fantasy, of which none of the characters are on that you want to use here. And he's got a green orb change. So he's even worse off than Yom. And he's physical. So that's 4 things right there. Terrible unit for this team. Space Frey. She, can bring value. She's a blue orb changer, sure. She's old, she's space. She is magic, though. She is single target. Gazel just recently got a skill fusion that buffs his damage up by quite a bit. Also physical. Already a disadvantage. Rieger, physical, 4-star, 3-star. I don't even know what he does. Let's find out. Guard rate, which is stupid because you're already guarding if you have Maribel. And then defense for himself. And then he gives everybody guard penetration, which the enemy's not guarding. Space Rimuru is just pure support. He's got defense, he's got attack, and if you're skill fuse, he's alt resistance down. He's fine. He's not here to do anything but buff whoever you're trying to nuke with. Earth Lumi and Trainee, both single target magic earth characters, so they can individually, target people. Lumi has a little bit of a magic buff, and she can alt deny just like Harmonize or Rimuru, so again, you can make use of that. Trainee, very, very useful here. Healing, and if she's skill fused, you have the pierce power down, which the enemies are piercing, and she's got that 50% alt damage cut. She is probably the most useful character out of anyone on this list besides Rieger, the free-to-play unit. And then we have Geld, Kurobe, this light Shunu who got a skill fusion, which gives her stun dodge, an extra 2 turns, and then lowers enemy crit resistance. 1 singular enemy in an AoE-focused stage. And then Dark Reamer is an AoE crit. You might be able to use him. And then this Reamer, I think, gives an attack buff. 25%, and then lowers pierce resistance, which you're not supposed to pierce this stage anyway. Going through all these characters, none of them really work very well on this team, right? We have type disadvantage characters. We have physical units. We have characters who are lowering the enemy's, pierce power and stuff like that. That can work. But overall, I don't really see a lot of these characters actually being all that useful to players who are not summoning for shit Lumi, okay Maribel, and they don't have any other options. It's like, if you're going to make a beatdown battle so specific, and you want people to actually, clear it and enjoy the game and play your game, you should probably add other characters that are going to play around the gimmicks of the stage itself. Like, I get that not everybody is a magic character, and you can't just flood a team with magic. You have to have a balance. I understand that. However, you gotta give us something else, right? We have 1 AoE, 2 AoE, 3, 4, 5 AoE characters. I might be confusing some of the 3-stars because I don't use them because they're 3-stars. But I feel like if you're going to add characters to a team, they should actually help the team. They should actually synergize well with the team and not just be a random hodgepodge of characters that gets thrown on. And that is true with every meta, essentially. Every brand new team they have to come up with, they have to fill it with units. And a lot of the times, most of the time, they're filled with a whole bunch of absolute garbage. And the game is like, oh, you didn't summon? Sucks to suck, bro. Sorry you can't play the game for a month until the next month comes. Oh, you got shafted? Oh, also sucks to suck. Here's a 3-star unit you can use on the team instead. No. They should be adding better characters to this team. Also, I don't know if you've noticed between all of my talking about these characters, there is a distinct and a horrible lack of EX units on this team. There are 2, and one of them is brand spanking new. We will get 2 more throughout, the course of July. Excellent. So we have a total of 4. Holy goddamn shit. We have EX Yom, free ticket unit. Again, doesn't really work that well with this meta. Lumi and whatever Earth unit and whatever other fucking element unit comes out. Yeah, okay. You have 4 EX characters. 3 of them you must pay for. You must pay money for. Right stat now to use them. That's not a good thing. And what makes it, what doubly makes it insulting almost is the fact that this banner with Lumi and Maribel don't have any EX characters to pull on it. So it's like, we've done the bait, right? You've put Xion, you put Vengeance, Raphael, and Belzard, you put really good characters on a banner to entice people to summon. Are you enticed by summoning for Light Shuna or Earth Lumi, who came out literally in like March of 2022? Like, does this list of featured characters excite you? Does it get you randy? No, it doesn't, because they're all awful now. They're all old as shit. They have skill fusions, yeah. There are like 5 actually really good skill fusions in the game. And skill fusions have been around for over a year now. And they do multiples, normally multiples, every meta. I mean, this meta we got 1, and she's not that great. She's an orb changer, and she lowers crit resistance for 1 enemy on a 3 enemy battle. 3 enemy battle. They did this team dirty. I think they knew that no one wanted to summon for it, and like, let's just make it as unappetizing as possible. So that is my rant. The team, I don't like this team. I don't like Lumi. I don't really like Maribel. I don't see them being useful very later on. If I need an AoE magic alt character for a Jubilee stage, then yeah, Lumi will work. Sure, fine, whatever. Just the way that Summer Lumi, sure, fine, whatever. She worked, when she came out, and she's just been super sad ever since then. The best Luminous Valentine character in this game is free. And she has been out since April, May or June of 2022. Octagram Lumi. Unironically, the best Lumi in the game. The best. And it is unquestionable. Unquestionable. Which, I mean, is good, because she's free. She's available to everybody. But at the same time, it's like, Lumi is a pretty popular character. And the game has done nothing but shit on her for 2.5 years. Just like a lot of other characters. There are a lot of characters who don't have units at all, or have one, Gazel, or a couple, Soe, that they just refuse to touch. And that's fine, whatever, sure. But this game, I think, has a fundamental lack of understanding of what makes it fun. And I've never once said that this game is perfect. I like this game, and I want this game to succeed. And I have many, many opinions on how it could succeed if I were to have a meeting with the devs and be like, hey, this is what global players fucking hate. You should stop that. You should stop that. First off, would be give the teams a much better pool of units to use. That way, people who summon for, the past couple metas, they actually have units to use. The last meta, Renard, physical buffs. All right, don't use physical characters. Synergy focused. Don't bring synergy in the stage. Okay, well, fuck. The team before that, Exalted Champions, they have greens. All right, well, greens are nerfed. Get fucked. The team before that was Primal Demon. No Pierce. Get fucked. And they're physical. Double fucked. Okay, cool. What's the team before that? Tempest Elite, physical and Pierce. Double fucked again. It's like, what? What? The best team to use, ironically, is fucking Overlord. And also, by the way, get fucked, because their collab characters are never coming back. They're never coming back. Oh, well, it's been 14 minutes of ranting. I guess the question I have to ask you, the viewer, is, does this rant make sense? Is it logical? Right? Am I just talking out my ass and complaining to complain? Maybe. I mean, I've got the platform, and we have legitimate problems here. I don't think anyone can deny that this team is terrible. The lack of EX characters is a burden. We've had EX things have been in game since February of 2023, and currently we have 1 character that did not come out 2 days ago. That's an EX character on this team. I think that's a pretty telling, damning thing to see right there. Second off, skill fusions. We only got 1, and she's mid, if not bad, for the team. They do want you to crit. I expect someone in the next couple units to be crit focused and be a damage user, probably the Earth character. But man, it's awful. And then then we can talk about actual Lumi. Her revive skill gimmick. All the characters now have gimmicks of some way, shape, or form. Hers is a once per battle 3-turn revive kind of thing. It sounds cool on paper. In practice, it's not really that usable. You can find very limited use cases for it, but I wouldn't summon just because she has a revive and be all cool and fancy. And then her orb change is limited to Earth and Fire. You look at this team. What's Earth and Fire here? Lumi, Rieger, okay. Earth Lumi, Earth Trainee, okay options. And then we got Geld and Kurobe. Alright, so Yom, Water Rimuru, Space Rimuru, Gazel, Frey, Gabaru, Rigurd, Shuna, these two Dark Rimurs down here, they're not getting orb changes. They're not getting their orbs changed. Why? Because they're not Earth and Fire. They gave a double element orb change to the legitimate two worst elements in the game. Why are they the worst elements? Well, because if we look at the beautiful handy dandy spreadsheet, we can see. I haven't actually updated yet, but Fire is right here. And now we have Lumi and Rieger. So it's actually up here. It's this slot. Earth is all the way down here. And it has quite a gap. I haven't even updated all of Commander yet. Quite a gap between space and light. Like you gave. I get that they have to buff up these elements, and it's great that they gave Fire 2 more units, and Earth is getting at least one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's still going to be 10 goddamn units behind light, 9 behind space. Okay, so you've locked the orb change to the teams with the least amount of units that you can actually use. And, it doesn't even start to talk about if the Fire and Earth characters are actually fucking usable here. Alright, I think I'm done ranting now. I've made my point. The actual batch of units that come out this meta are not super great. The batch of characters that they added to the team to round it out is not that great. The skill fusion that we got is not that great. So we have 3 not great things to play around this meta that you're going to have to use and attempt to get around for beatdown battle. Thankfully, in the next couple of days, I will have 2 different EX2 videos going out for beatdown battle. And they are very vastly, wildly different, because there are options for at least people to get that free-to-play dupe of Rieger. Inferno, different story. Get fucked. I hope you have some of the teams that I'm going to have the show off, because if you don't, you're not going to beat Inferno. And that, again, is true for every meta, not just this meta. Every meta, if you don't have a very specific team, you're not going to clear Inferno, because the stats and the HP pools jump way up. And it's just, it is what it is. And then, you know what, I'll tack on the other big time grievance I have with this game is free-to-play units. Where the fuck are they? How the fuck do players get them now? That's going to exist at number 1 slot for every user survey that will ever come out until they actually make it true. Players cannot get Vengeance Yom. They can't get Triad. They can't even get fucking Misery. Or, hold on. They can't get, what was the last meta? Commander. They can't get Glenda anymore. You want Glenda? She's the first character, first time she's shown up. Yeah, she's going to come back in about 9 months as a free-to-play unit. Free-to-play. Vengeance Yom has never come back. Not once. Not once. I think, based on the leaks, we're going to get a Summer Memories rerun, which gives you Light Romorus. Ooh, fancy. Light Romorus. Blue Orb Changer. Okay. Has the Enamor effect. Okay, sure. At least you can try and get her now. But, yeah, all the other ones, I don't know when they come back. Tria's already come back once. God knows when she's going to come back again. They already reran her meta. Dark Xion got reran already. Phantom Wisdom Gobta, he's not great, but he got reran. So there are still characters that have yet to be rerun, which we don't know. They've skipped metas, right? We got New Year's Diablo last month, and they skipped about 5 metas in between. And there's no rhyme or reason. So, all right, now it's been a 20-minute video of me chatting out my ass and complaining about this game. I think that's enough. Let me know what you guys think. I know this game has a number of issues, not just the ones that I've addressed today and stated. There are more, don't get me wrong. But today, I really, really, really just wanted to touch on the lack of unit diversity and how underpowered and really shit this team ended up being. And it doesn't really help anybody. So, give me your thoughts on that. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Open comment section. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you all later. Good luck.